You can also use it with Safari if you have a Mac. And so that might be something else you might want to try and use. But when you get started, you're going to want to download. And you want to download 2 different pieces of add-on software. And one of them is the Zotero for Firefox. And the other one is the word processor plugins for Zotero. So this is going to be an add-on and a tab in your Word documents so that you'll be able to cite, and I'll show you how to do that. But I've already downloaded Zotero, so I'm going to start to lead you through some of the details. And I'm going to go back to, whoops, there we go, elibrary.unm.edu. And this is the library's homepage. Once you've downloaded Zotero, you have the ability to go right here, and it will open up for you. And I'm going to go through some of the basic features to show you how you can use Zotero to help you when you're doing your research. One of the first things you want to do is right-click here, and you can create a new collection. And that new collection can be anything. If you're taking an art history class, 429, you can go ahead and add that as a new collection. And then if you click on it one more time, you can add a new sub-collection. So I'm going to say paper 1, oops, paper 1, and do OK. So then whenever I'm doing my research, I can save everything into that particular folder. So what I'm going to check you into is the library catalog, which is Libros. And we can go into Libros Advanced. And you can see that right here there's a folder, but we're not going to take a look at that right now. I'm going to go ahead and show you. Let's do print and print making. And then I'll come down here. And actually, I'll just come up here. Go ahead and search. And what you can see that I came up with one of 42 different citations. There's a folder up here, and what this folder has done is I'm going to go ahead and minimize Zotero now, but it has different books that you can download, or actually just the citations actually, and then you can go ahead and select those if you want. And then in your Zotero, what you can do is go ahead and, let's see, you can download those. So we have Libros main, or you can come up here to the folder and then select the documents or the brief abstracts that you want and click OK. And then you have them added into your Zotero account. There's books, and they're all under paper 1. So we have 3 books available. Now within each citation, you'll get the title, the authors, all the bibliographic information, the publisher, place, as well as where you accessed it and when you accessed that, that particular book. It also works with databases as well and articles. So I'm going to go back to the library homepage. I'm going to go back to databases, and hopefully you've all searched in JSTOR before. It's a full text database of all the core journals within the disciplines. And so if I go ahead and access that, I can type in print. Oops. And scroll down to do the search. And I came up with a showing 1 of 25. Up here, once again, you can see that folder appears. Or you can go through and just select the ones that you want to have access to. Or you can actually even go right into it. And right here, you can see it's turned into what looks like an article. It's a piece of paper with a folded right side. If you go ahead and click on that, it's going to give you the article itself, and then if you look at it, it's also going to download the full entire JSTOR PDF. And this will work in any of the databases, such as Academic Search Complete, and this will store it forever in until you decide that you're going to delete it. So if I went back to, I'm going to go back to actually eLibrary. There we go. And you can see that this has changed, but if I want to access this, it does bring up the full PDF, and it will stay in your account as well. Okay, so that's going, and you've just downloaded and saved several books, as well as a journal title. Within this, you can also go into the New York Times. Let's do, or just any website if you'd like. It doesn't have to be the New York Times. But when you're searching, let's see if we can, actually, let's go to, and if you're looking through one of the articles that's on here, and I'm just going to pick one selectively, say it's severe diet. It doesn't necessarily deal with my topic, but I'm just using this as an example. You can come down here to where you can actually save this, and you can see right here, this connects you, and it says it's your web version. It shows that you can take it, and this will always stay here until you once again decide to delete it. So if we go into a different page and we want to access that, it will bring back up that page, and it will hold the entire page. And it also contains all of the information that you might need, and it shows you the URL and when you accessed it as well. Okay, let's see. This right here allows you to manually choose anything you want. If you want to manually input something, there's book selection, documents, journal title, but there's also something called more. And so if you wanted to download or put in a patent, artwork, an audio recording, anything that's digitized, you'll be able to download and save in your Zotero account. TV broadcast, video recording. So there's a whole lot more that you can actually use for. And so let's get out of that. So this one again is for any type of web page. There we go. You can also do this if you want to, if you know the ISBN number of a book or the DOI document object identifier, or the PMID, you can enter in an ISBN number, and it will interface with WorldCat, and it'll automatically enter in that. I haven't really used this one, but it's another option through the features that we're going through that you can try. And you can also, if you want to add a note to yourself or add a child note to any one of these, I suppose I didn't go over totally, but like if you're looking in here and you're taking notes while you're reading this this book, you can go into the notes and you can add a note, and it gives you all of the fonts and just like a Word document would be here, and you can go in here and take notes. And however, and then it'll save it also as a note tag in your file underneath that. So that's another way you can use it. You can also add an attachment through any type of picture as well. It can be pretty powerful. And then another thing that it also does that's pretty exciting, I think, if we wanted to look at this in the JSTOR full text of this, let me go ahead and try and pull that up. It works as a huge database Finder. So anything that might be PDF or that you've stored in here, it will be able to bring that up. So if we look under, let's do plastic paper. If we search for plastic paper, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Underneath this search, you can either search titles, the creator of the year, all fields, or everything. And if you select everything, it will search within your PDF. And you can see that plastic paper came up, and right here is the JSTOR. So it was searching the full text of that JSTOR document. So that's another feature that's, if you don't remember what the title of something, an article that you read, you can definitely go in there and be able to search everything that's in your collection. And I think that's a pretty neat feature. Let's see. You can also sort within here. You can add fields. If you don't, it usually just defaults to the title and creator. But you can add in dates of the publications. Right here you can also add in the year of the publication. This is a fairly small window, but if you're interested in being able to see those other fields that you can look at, that's another feature that it does have. Okay, let me see. We also have under here that looks like a gear. You can import, export the library if you want to. This is where you would export down to your USB drive. You can also select your preferences, which are very important when you're using it. So we have the general, and basically this is loaded into your browser pane. The status bar icon Zotero comes right here. If you don't want it to say Zotero, you can go ahead and just have it select a Z. And you also can choose your font type. And I go ahead and keep all of these the same. And definitely when I'm working in between libraries, I want all the child notes, the snapshots, and the child links. Another aspect within the preferences is the syncing method. The syncing method, you create an account on Zotero.org, and it can be anything you want. Your username can be your UNM email, or it can be another email address that's unique to you so that you can take it once you leave UNM. And then your password can also be anything you want. And I'm going to show you this in a minute. I'm not going to show you right now. I don't want it to sync. And once again, you can search. Sometimes if you're not searching your PDFs, you want to make sure that you've downloaded that app as well, and occasionally you might want to rebuild your index, and then that will go through and re-index everything that you have in your collection or in your library. The export feature allows you to export bibliographic information and create bibliographies. It has the majority, or the main ones that are used. We have American APA, we have Chicago Manual of Style, IEEE, and then also Modern Languages Association. So I'm going to go ahead, and once you set this as export, it's going to stay until you change it again. So I'm going to go ahead and select American Psychological Association, and this is how I want it to do the output. Select OK. And then it's going to stay there. So once again, I go back to preferences. Under citing, what you want to do is within your citing, if you want to cite, when you're writing in Word, you want to have this enabled, and that was one of the two things that I asked you to download, and this reinstalls the add-in for Word. Proxies, if you want to share your account with someone, either in a group, you can definitely set that up, and you can have it be private, or only those people will be able to take a look at it. For those of you who like to do keyboard shortcuts, there is a full description of how to use the keyboard instead. And the advanced, I really haven't messed around with this field at all, but it seems to work just fine. So those are your preferences. So now I want to go in here, and if we want to create a bibliography, you can hit down the control and just highlight those things that you want to create. And then at that point, if you right-click, you can create a bibliography from the selected items. And I'm going to go ahead and see it defaulted to Chicago Manual Style. I'm going to save as a RTF. I go ahead and click OK. It's an untitled bibliography, so I'm going to do prints and then save. And then what I want to do is minimize. Let's see if I can get down to the desktop. Share my desktop. And right here, hopefully you can see prints, and I can export that into Adobe for PDF or also Microsoft Word. And at this point, your bibliography is complete. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to do applications, and I'll go back to building a bibliography with Zotero. Maybe I'll get back there. Oops. There we go. And even when you're doing your searching and you want to, as long as your field or your folder is highlighted, you don't have to have this screen enabled. Anytime you save anything on here, it definitely will go to that particular folder. I'm going to go ahead and leave it open. Now, with the syncing option, I'm going to show you what mine looks like. I'm going to go back to www.zotero.org. And I'm going to minimize this. Within Zotero, there's an awful lot of documentation. I know that what I gave you is just barely in a nutshell, but it does have outstanding links for installation, quick start. You know, it goes through on how to add items in your files, and they also have some really good videos as well. And then all organizing your information, how to generate your bibliographies, your citation styles, and then also data file syncing, which I'm going to show you what mine looks like, and then getting the most out of Zotero. It does have a little bit of a learning curve, so it took me a while before I finally figured it out, and I haven't figured out all of it yet. But I'm going to go ahead and log in because I'm already a user, so that you can see what it looks like in the cloud. So then I'm going to go over to my library, and it might take a while for it to load. But here's what I have in this one. I have actually several Zotero accounts. So this is just what I use for my demos. But I do have INFO 320, the new collection, and here's the prints and printmaking that we had. Actually, I think this one was from earlier today. But you can see all of my documents that I had, one of 9, are still in here. So it has synced with my computer, which is great. Another option, if you're already logged in, you can go ahead and do click on the syncing with the server and open sync preferences. And I'm not going to go ahead and do this. I'm not going to create. I already synced. So you can occasionally sync right here, and it'll go up into the cloud and save it for you. Let's see if we have anything else. I pulled up the Word document, so you'll see right here, once you've downloaded, that you'll have your add-ins available right there. So we have this one here, which is going to insert a citation. There's another one that's going to let you edit that citation, as well as insert a bibliography, which we've already done. And then we also have Zotero Edit Bibliography. And right here, if you're, just to give you an example, if you're writing and just saying, and then at this point, you want to cite your author. You can go onto here. Actually, whoops, sorry. I want to go here. Oh, I guess that's not what I want to do. Sorry, I apologize for the noise. Usually right here, if I go ahead and cite it, let's go footnotes, and we'll do okay. Maybe I do need to do that. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry, it just needed to upload it. And so if I wanted to quote Holmes on this one, you can see it's right here. And I go ahead and enter again, and it's giving me the one unique. It's going to go ahead and do the footnoting for me, and go ahead and make sure that I know that that's my first citation, and I can continue to go through that as I continue to write. So that's just a very brief description. I'm going to go back to everybody to see if you have questions. Does anybody have any questions? I'm looking through the chats. You do on the handout also have my name and my email address, so at any time, if you want to make an individual appointment with me, I know this is fast, it's a lot of information at one time, it's basically just a demo. I can definitely meet with you on a one-to-one basis to get your add-ins downloaded. Yeah. Okay, the re-indexing. Okay. Usually, when I first do the re-indexing, what I did is sometimes it won't take until you've actually gone in there and re-index, and I would probably recommend that you do that at the very beginning, and then don't re-index until you're done using Zotero as a total. I just had to do that in order to enable software to start to browse through and index all of the PDFs that were in there. So that's why I did the re-indexing. If it was on my own, I probably would only do it at the very beginning and not at the end. I hope that's a little clearer. Okay, sure. Are there any more questions? Feel free to email me. I will sit down with you for an hour, hour and a half, however long it takes in order for you to feel comfortable with the software if this is something that you want to use. Mm-hmm. We have another question in the audience.
So, can I go to the Zotero?
I think we're kind of wrapping up. I can meet with you after.
Okay, no problem.
EndNote is different. The reason I like this is because it does index all the PDFs. It does allow you to store. Sometimes it's just, I've used EndNote in the past. It's whatever your preference is that you want to use. One reason I like this is it's free. It doesn't cost you any money, and EndNote I know can be very, very expensive. Sure. So if there aren't any more questions, you might want to go to the evaluation, Felipe. Is there a way to back up the library? Backing up the library, if you sync it in the cloud, that's going to back up the library. You can also, I showed you just briefly on how you can download it onto a USB or to a different hard drive. So there are different ways that you can do that. Did you want to take over here? Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Thanks. Here's Felipe.
Hello guys, thanks again for joining us. This is the link to the evaluation. Please don't forget to complete the evaluation. We'll be more than happy to have your feedback. And I'm still missing one sign in. So if everybody could make sure that they sign in before they left, we need the number so we can continue providing these wonderful workshops for you guys.
Can I answer that one last question?
Yes.
Hi, Sherry. This is Kathleen again. Yes, what I would probably do is go to the Zotero website, go through all the documentation. There is a book in Libros if you want to check out Zotero, but once again, once the book is published, it's usually out of date, so I would check definitely the website, www.zotero.org, or you can also have a meet with me. Thanks. Can I have some?
Yes.
Sure.
Well, I won't see you.
Yeah, you will. Just go ahead, Linda.
Hi. Hi, everybody. This is Ann Burtnett. I'm one of the program coordinators at the Graduate Resource Center. And I just wanted to remind you that we have a lot of resources here on campus. So even though you're participating in this workshop online, we do have consultants that are available to help you if you have any questions on a lot of our topics. So please feel free to give us a call and check out our website. Thank you.
Okay.
And I have the resources of the Graduate Resource Center up on the screen. Okay, if everybody can please make sure they sign in and completed the evaluations. I'm sorry to be insisting on that, but it's very important for us.
It is.
Thank you for the cheers. So please, please, please sign in and complete the evaluation. I would be forever grateful. Out. Thank you guys. Please make sure that you sign in and complete the evaluation. I'm sorry to be a parrot, but we need that. I have posted the evaluation link in the chat window again.
How do you know that I've signed in?
Hmm?
How do you know that I've signed in?
I can see. And Sherry, let me check, Sherry. Last I checked, I did not have it, so let me check again. Okay, I'm checking. Yes, Sherry, I do have your sign in. I have Camilla, Carmela, Sorav, Brandy, and Sherry. Thank you very much for signing in, guys. And I only have 2 evaluations, guys. If you can please complete the evaluations, I would really appreciate. I have 3 now. Don't worry, they are anonymous. I don't know who said what, but if you can complete the evaluations, I would appreciate. I have 3 so far. I need 3 more, please.
Actually, two. It's Amber.
Oh yeah, I need 2 more. Sorry. You guys are the best. And don't forget to join us next week, same time, for planning the decision. Let me bring up the information again. Okay, thesis and dissertation 101 from concept to execution. Thanks, Sherry. We appreciate you enjoying our format and join us anytime you want.
Oops.
Oh.
September 5th, 2 to 3, and 3:30 and 4:30.
No, that's wrong. I'm sorry. It's, oh, yeah.
Right, but we also offer nights and noon from 12 to 1.
Erase that. Sorry.
Yeah, because don't. Don't.
Okay, guys, the online workshop is from 5:30 to 6:30. Okay, please disregard this.
But you can say that we have a live workshop here.
Oh, we have the same workshop, same day, face to face from 12 to 1. So if you can join us face to face, that'll also be good. Thank you. And I'm sorry for the wrong information. Please disregard this sentence.
Okay. I'm sorry. A lot of people's joking.
You know what? I can get rid of that, actually. Okay, please disregard that. Thank you. Okay, guys, I'm gonna stop recording now.